Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And that breaking news takes us to a fire in Johnston County. Investigators are calling this home in Wilson's Mills a total loss. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker is on that scene with what we're learning from investigators.
And while we start out with some showers this morning, a warm Christmas day is on the way. We'll show you the many changes our weather goes through between now and 2026 coming up.
And Christmas travel, people are on the roads and at the airport on their way to their holiday destinations. We're giving you a live look at I-40 and RDU. We're tracking those conditions on this Christmas morning. Thanks so much for being with us, and a Merry Christmas to you. I'm Destiny Patterson.
And I'm Chris Levingood. Yes, we're very happy that you're tuned in to us here on WRAL News. While you're opening that gift, we do have meteorologist Chris Michaels with a gift for you today, at least later today. Weather-wise, looking pretty good.
Yeah, got to get through some showers this morning, and then the afternoon is nice and enjoyable. A live look at Warrenton this morning, where we start out with some fairly widespread rain. You've got some light rain in parts of the triangle. It's moving out of Orange County as we speak. Durham County is dealing with the rain, and areas from, say, Garner to the north, just a little bit of a scattering of light rain. Heaviest rain that we see this morning is mostly going to be geared toward Halifax and Northampton counties, and that lasts up until about 11 a.m. You see this cluster diving down from Virginia. That is going to stay mostly north of I-40. So after that point in time, that's when temperatures will start to rise, but it's a pretty slow climb throughout the morning. Midday, most of us are in the mid to upper 50s. Highs today in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Wilmington 72, Charlotte 74. But a unique weather feature to North Carolina is going to bring our temperatures way down heading into tomorrow. We'll explain what that is, help you plan around it coming up.
Breaking news within the last hour, we've learned a home that caught fire in Johnston County is now a total loss. We're giving you an idea of where that scene is. Firefighters say that they were first called to the scene around 5 this morning on Red Oak Drive. That's near Wilson's Mills. Ali Caldabar is at the scene in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, investigators tell you that they have struggled to put out this fire. We have seen just the depth of this fire. Tell us what you're seeing now.
And Destiny, within the past 30 minutes, we have seen that smoke it start to be a lot less over the past 30 minutes than what it was just an hour ago. We can see detectives are here on the scene. They are investigating. The fire marshal just told me that they are expecting to have an update on any injuries or fatalities in the next few minutes. So hopefully we can get that update to you shortly. But we are seeing that it is a total loss. That's confirmed by the fire marshal. There was a heavy response here tackling this fire. They say they had challenges putting out the fire because it was cluttered inside the home, and so it took them a little bit longer to get out all of those hot spots. We can still see they are taking out some of those hot spots right now, but it's a lot less than what we've seen earlier this morning. Of course, we're working to find out the cause of this fire. That's why detectives are on the scene. They're inside the home trying to figure that out now. Of course, we're going to keep you updated throughout the morning. This is one of 3 fires in Johnston County this morning. We're working to find out more information as well. Reporting live in Johnston County, Ali Caldabar, WRAL News.
This morning, a man is dead after being hit and killed by a car at a Raleigh intersection. That crash happened around 1:30 on Tryon Road and Dillard Drive. Police say the driver stayed on the scene. No charges have been filed, not yet. We are working to find out, though, the identity of the man who died.
More breaking news this morning. Police in Henderson say a woman is dead after a shooting inside of a home. It happened on Dabney Drive at about 7:45 last night. Police say that the victim is 37-year-old Tiffany Lassiter. 52-year-old Milan Hebron was taken into custody and charged. Police say it appears that the suspect and the victim were in a relationship. Hebron is being held at the Vance County Jail without bond.
Well, today will be a busy day at RDU, where you are looking live this morning. Kind of gray skies there, but you heard from Chris. It'll be a little easier later in the day. Right now, things are fairly smoother at the airport for holiday travel. There are just 5 delays at last check, no cancellations. Nationwide, there are more than 560 flights delayed, but that number could very well go up today and through the weekend. That's because of winter weather in the Northeast. Plus, you've got that intense rainfall and flooding out west.
And when it comes to the holiday road travel, though, AAA projects nearly 110 million people will hop in the car. That's an additional 2.2 million people on the road compared to the same time last year. If you're the type to wait to the last minute, you're actually in luck. AAA says today there should be pretty minimal traffic. We'll give you a live look now at I-40 at Airport Boulevard. Again, we are seeing these wet roads. You can see some of that precipitation that's being kicked up by the tires out there. So you'll want to make sure that you're keeping that in mind if you are hopping in the car this morning. But we haven't heard of any issues. AAA says 3.7 million North Carolinians will travel at least 50 miles from home over this holiday travel season. Now, if you're opting to drive, Santa's gift to you, cheaper gas. AAA says that the national average is below $3 a gallon. In Raleigh, you'll pay $2.76 per gallon. In Wilmington, you'll pay $2.77. In Charlotte, that number is $2.61.
You can count on WRAL to help you navigate holiday travel this week and into your new year. You can keep track of the flight disruptions, traffic, and weather conditions on the go with the WRAL News app. It's free to download.
Police have released the photos of the two men accused of shooting at each other at a Wilson Walmart. Take a look at them here. 19-year-old Ashton Pittman and 30-year-old Jordan Battle are facing attempted murder charges. That shooting happened at 11 a.m. yesterday. Police say 3 people were involved. Pittman and Battle are accused of firing their guns after a fight inside a barbershop. Bystanders also got involved to disarm one of the men involved. Now, there were no injuries, according to police. A couple of shoppers talked to us as they say that this was just chaos inside of that Walmart.
It was a lot of people just standing there because I don't think a lot of people was aware that people were shooting. But I guess once people did, everybody started running out the back. So, yeah, it was chaotic. It was chaotic.
Oh, my God, it was terrifying. The worst things is to have somebody scared and running because the only thing I could think of was my child.
Both Pittman and Battle are being held without bond in Wilson County.
The Goldsboro community is remembering the life of Jalea Toon. The 13-year-old was shot and killed on Alpha Court over the weekend, just days before Christmas. Toon's family, friends, and members of the community held a vigil last night in her honor. So far, 3 teenagers have been charged in her death. According to her mother, Toon was born premature. It was Christmas Eve 13 years ago. She came home from the hospital. Well, now the holiday is taking on a different meaning for them.
They took a beautiful life for no reason. For no reason. We're not going to stop until we have a law about children violence, gun violence in Goldsboro. And it's going to be Jalea's law. And I'm not going to stop until that happens.
Toon's family started a fundraiser to help pay for a memorial in her honor. And you can visit our website, WRAL.com, for that information.
A man accused of breaking into a building on St. Augustine's campus is now out on bond. 25-year-old Nicholas Shalders was arrested for breaking and entering. Police say he damaged a glass door on campus. Shalders was released on a $1,000 secured bond. Pope Leo XIV presided over midnight mass at the Vatican this morning. This marked his first midnight mass since he was elected pontiff. Prior to Mass, Pope Leo greeted those who were outside and watching the service on jumbo screens in St. Peter's Square. The Pope used his homily to call for kindness to strangers and those who are poor. Yesterday, he called for a day of global peace for Christmas Day. Right now, Pope Leo is holding Christmas Mass, renewing a tradition that hasn't been done since Pope John Paul II in 1994.
Now, if you still need to do some holiday shopping, you'll find many stores are closed today. You got Walmart, Target, and Costco all closed. So are Harris Teeter, Publix, and Trader Joe's. Stores you'll find open include CVS and Walgreens. Convenience stores such as Sheetz and 7-Eleven, they're also open. But you can find a full list available on our website, WRAL.com.
All right, new this morning, a Powerball player in Arkansas had a very big Christmas gift to celebrate. One ticket holder won the $1.8 billion jackpot in last night's drawing. Someone in North Carolina also won $100,000 in that drawing. Here are those numbers. They're 4, 25, 31, 52, and 59. The Powerball was 19. The jackpot is now back to $20 million for the next drawing. You can watch that Saturday night at 11 here on WRAL. Still ahead, a paycheck increase. More than 24 states set to raise minimum wage in the new year. How much more workers could be making?
Plus, from clearing a driving record to helping a family displaced by Hurricane Helene get a brand new home. Five on your side made a real difference this year. We'll give you a look at Keely Arthur's biggest solves.
We'll give you a live look this morning at Lewisburg, where it's starting out pretty damp, but the spirits are merry and bright. We'll show you when the sky turns a little bright and when warm weather lovers will be merry. All that coming up in just a little bit.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
8:13 this morning, starting out damp in Durham on your Christmas day. A Merry Christmas to you. We'll get rid of that rain pretty shortly in the Bull City. It's moving into parts of Wake County, including areas like Apex, Cary, and Raleigh, and gradually moving into areas like Zebulon as well. Heaviest rain this morning is going to stay north of I-40 into parts of Vance, Warren, Halifax, and Northampton counties. This will clear the area by around 11 a.m. So temperatures are slow to climb at first. By midday, most of us 55 to 60 degrees. Heading into the afternoon, it is warmer, brighter, and yeah, look at that. Temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Overnight, we'll see temperatures fall into the 50s, but the temperatures continue to fall into the 40s. Heading into the afternoon Friday. It's a unique pattern to North Carolina. I'll show you what's causing this cool down coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Chris. Missing too much school can hurt a student's test scores, even in the age of online assignments that can be completed from home. WRAL's education insider Emily Walkenhorst explains how researchers are picking up on a cultural shift in school attendance.
In the past couple of years, 1 in 4 North Carolina students has missed at least 10% of school days. That's way up from before the COVID-19 pandemic. Ethan Hutt is an associate professor at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. He's a co-author of a recent study on absenteeism.
We're seeing really, really large numbers of absences.
Hutt has a few theories as to why. He thinks people stopped valuing school attendance as much after learning remotely during the pandemic. Many course materials are online now.
My personal view is that it's a cultural shift.
He says absences are up even among kindergartners. So he and other researchers looked into whether absences had the same effect on academics now that they did before the pandemic. They found that absences have roughly the same negative effect on test scores.
Parents shouldn't think, oh, well, the stuff is online, my student can catch up. You're going to see the accumulative effect of these absences on student test scores.
Hutt thinks education leaders and policymakers need to better communicate the consequences of poor attendance to families, but also come up with new ways to help students get to school, such as thinking about how a student in a rural area can get to school if they've missed their bus.
This is a place where we will see a return on our investment. We know that if a student is there in school, they're going to do better than if they're not.
Emily Walkenhorst, WRAL News, Raleigh.
Schools started many efforts during and immediately after the pandemic using federal pandemic money that's now gone. Some are offering rewards for good attendance, and others have turned to punishing students for poor attendance or referring their families to court.
The host of the annual Christmas Eve concert at the Kennedy Center canceled it this year, and that's because of the recent change adding President Trump's name to the venue. In a statement, the organizer of the Christmas Eve Jazz Jam said that he called off that show when the name was changed to the Trump Kennedy Center. He says he has no plans to reschedule that long-running show.
All right, not even Santa is immune to a tough job market. A new survey shows store Santa job postings are down 35% rather, this year compared to last year. Some blame the decline on online shopping and stores cutting budgets. Others say some parents are no longer comfortable with Santa visits. We've all seen the screaming children photos. Santa stand-ins looking to get on the payroll also have to meet tougher job requirements. The biggest one, having a real beard instead of a fake one.
All right, millions of Americans could soon receive higher paychecks. 22 states and D.C. are raising their hourly minimum wages next year. In 2009, you may recall, the federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25 an hour, but it hasn't changed since. The professor of economics at Rochester Institute of Technology says, while yes, this increase is good news, it's not going to solve the affordability crisis.
wealth inequality in the United States, where the difference between the 1%ers and the 99%ers is staggeringly large. It will definitely help people at the lower end of the income distribution.
Most of the wage increases will take effect January 1st. Oregon, Alaska, and Florida will raise their hourly minimum wages later in the year. Actually, 2 bills were proposed this year to raise North Carolina's minimum wage, but so far neither passed the House.
A group on the Outer Banks is calling on the state to take more action to protect Highway 12. That highway is the only highway in or out of the popular vacation spot. Erosion over the years has turned it into a problem spot with consistent overwash and flooding. The group wants more beach nourishment projects and also called for a disaster declaration, which could unlock federal funding for the highway. We've gone in depth on challenges facing the highway and really the whole Outer Banks. You can learn about what's driving more problems on the coast and the major money constraints that make long-term solutions a challenge. You can watch this video on our YouTube channel.
North Carolina is included in a nationwide salmonella outbreak linked to raw oysters. The CDC says one person in our state got sick. That outbreak sent at least 20 people across the country to the hospital. Right now, no recalls have been issued because of the outbreak. However, the CDC and the FDA, they are looking more into this.
The Durham Police Department is sharing a success story when it comes to staffing. The agency is now 74% staffed with sworn personnel, which that's an increase from 71% in recent years. The police chief points to larger police academy classes and lateral transfers helping those numbers. The department also recently received pay raises last year. Mayor Leonardo Williams says these numbers will make a difference.
We are not only diversifying our workforce, but we're also diversifying the roles that you can work in our police department. And when you're being this creative and this innovative in your workforce, you start to see those trends of crime to go down.
This positive trend on department staffing comes as the city and the county are launching a major public safety plan to reduce violent crime in Durham.
Hey, just a reminder, we do have 2 big NFL games happening this Sunday on Fox 50. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are headed to Miami. Panthers fans will be rooting for the Dolphins, though, to improve Carolina's chances to make the playoffs. Kickoff for that game is at 1 p.m. And then you've got the Buffalo Bills. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Kickoff for that game in Buffalo is at 4:25. Then you've got this weekend's Sunday night football matchup. You've got the Chicago Bears that are headed to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams are coming off big wins and looking to finish the regular season strong before the playoffs. Coverage before that game starts at 7 p.m. on WRAL with kickoff at 8:20.
Intense downpours and dangerous flood threats have triggered a state of emergency this Christmas in California. As much as 7 inches of rain is causing mudslides and washing out homes and highways in Southern California. Some people are being told to shelter in place. Others are being evacuated from their homes. As much as a foot of rain is expected in some areas by the end of the week.
Yeah, definitely want them to get improved situation over there. It's the last thing they need right now. I mean, we're seeing rain here, but I mean, nothing like that. Very calm and gentle here in Apex.
You know, it's just going to be for like the next, 8:21, 2 hours maybe, that we'll see some rain moving through the area. In fact, in Apex, you'll get rid of it probably in the next half hour or so. Dual Doppler 5000 showing these scattered showers moving through Wake County. They were just in Durham County, so it goes to show how quick they're moving through. But if you're in Clayton and Smithfield, you'll see a quick hitting shower, whereas those of us north of I-40 and mainly north of the Triangle will hold on to the rain chance until about 11 a.m. And as we started mentioning yesterday, it's a little heavier in parts of Halifax and Northampton counties. Futurecast doing a pretty decent job of handling this current situation. This is what radar may look like around 9 a.m. This is what it may look like around 11 a.m. And that's when we start to pass off the rain toward parts of Washington County and out toward the Outer Banks. Now, as we get toward 3 p.m., a mix of clouds and sunshine, maybe a stray shower passing through after 6 p.m. That's why we've covered about a 20% chance up until that time frame. But that should really be about it by then. So this morning, temperatures are going to take their time climbing, and they'll do so from southwest to northeast. So if you're tuning in from Southern Pines, you're mostly dry and you warm up quickly. But if you're tuning in from Roanoke Rapids, you're wet and it's going to take some time to warm up. For the Triangle, looking at midday temperatures in the mid to upper 50s and your highs today making it into the upper 60s. Huge difference in our weather tomorrow, and it's a unique pattern to the Carolinas. It's called cold air damming, or the wedge, where this northeast breeze wedges up against the Appalachian Mountains and it creates this dome of overcast and really cool weather. So much of tomorrow afternoon is in the 40s. However, we rebound nicely Saturday and Sunday, give you the green light on your plans as we're mild and mainly dry. Then our next front comes through with isolated showers Monday, but you see the bigger temperature difference behind it. Once it passes through, the air comes in out of the north, brings in much colder weather as we wrap up 2025. So it doesn't necessarily feel like winter today, but it will as we get ready for 2026 to arrive. Over the course of the next few days, though, it's just the up and down in terms of our temperatures. Saturday near 70, Monday in the 60s, but we go from 65 as a high Monday afternoon to 28 first thing Tuesday morning.
All right, grab a ticket on the roller coaster. Thanks, Chris. We're talking about the future of Holly Springs. It is one of the fastest growing areas in Wake County, and they're trying to meet demand. We'll talk about the changes that people can expect downtown. We're also giving you a look at I-40 at Carytown Boulevard, just in case you have to make a last-minute trip, maybe to a CVS or Walgreens. We'll get you a check on traffic and weather just in case you miss it, coming up in just a minute.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning and a Merry Christmas to you. I'm Chris Lovingood, and your time right now is 8:26. We do have a look at your weather forecast with meteorologist Chris Michaels.
And starting out this Christmas morning with some scattered rain showers, just giving you one of the live views that we have in Apex. And it is a damp start to the morning with temperatures pushing about 50 degrees. Dual Doppler 5000 showing this is a quick hitting shower. It's basically moving along I-540 from Apex toward areas like Willow Spring. It'll be out of Wake County pretty soon, but still some rain left over for parts of Granville, Vance, Warren, Franklin, Nash, Edgecombe, Halifax, and Northampton counties. Those scattered showers will last us up until about 11 o'clock this morning. Beyond that, rain chances held down to about 20% into the evening, and then things warm up for us. So it'll take some time, but we get there. It'll be a warm Christmas afternoon. High temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s all across the board.
Traffic-wise, I mean, it's going to be quiet outside, but we'll still show you at I-40 at Airport Boulevard because this accentuates what Chris was talking about, where there is still some rainfall in other places. You'll see that against the road there. But in terms of how things will be on the roads today, I mean, it's going to be a slow one because people are at home hanging out with friends and family for Christmas. Right now, teams are on the scene of a house fire in Johnston County. We do want to give you a live look right now from our WRAL Breaking News Tracker. This is on Red Oak Drive in Wilson's Mills. The firefighters responded to the scene around 5 o'clock this morning, and they say the home is a total loss, but they haven't said, though, if anyone is injured. This morning, a man is dead after being hit and killed by a car at a Raleigh intersection. That crash happened around 1:30 on Tryon Road and Dillard Drive. Police say the driver stayed at the scene. No charges have been filed, not yet. We are working to find out the identity of the man who died. Next on Fox 50, Christmas travel. People are on the roads and at the airport still on Christmas Day, headed to their holiday destinations.
Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And that breaking news as firefighters are at the scene of a fire in Johnston County. What you're seeing here, this is a live look through the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. We'll talk about what we're learning from deputies right there at that scene.
And a person is dead after an early morning crash in Raleigh. A look at the damage and what police say led up to that crash.
And while parts of the area start out with some rain, it's a warm Christmas forecast. I'll give you an hour-by-hour outlook as to when the rain moves away and when your temperatures rise.
Talking about that holiday hustle. People are on the roads and at the airport traveling to their Christmas destinations. You're looking live at RDU and at I-40 right here on your screen. What you need to know if you plan to head out this Christmas morning. Just make sure you count all your plane tickets. Make sure all your kids are there with you. A lot of Home Alone.
Home Alone.
There we go. Chris Michaels got it over there. Hey,
I got it too.
You got it too? I heard him vocally say it out there. I'm just saying. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining us here on WRAL News. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Destiny Patterson. Thanks for being with us here on Fox 50. Chris Michaels, as we mentioned, he's in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. We've seen some rain this morning, but we're expecting that to clear up later on today.
Yeah, not exactly laughing about the rain, but that Home Alone reference was just too good. But yeah, the rain is going to clear out as we go through the next 2 hours or so. It already has in Chapel Hill, where we're starting to see the sun breaking out a little bit. So if you're in Wake County and you're like, oh man, it's raining Christmas morning, really? It's going to take maybe 20 minutes to move out. Where the rain is a little bit more long lasting, you're looking at Granville, Vance, Warren, Franklin, Nash, Edgecombe, Halifax, and Northampton counties, and just kind of scraping us in parts of Wilson County this morning. And you see some heavier pockets that we first told you about this time yesterday morning that are moving into areas like Roanoke Rapids. So again, give it until about 11 o'clock this morning and you'll start to see those batches of rain clearing out and just an isolated shower across the 23 counties we cover heading into the afternoon and evening. But once the rain is through, look at how warm we're going to be. Wilmington 72, Raleigh 69 degrees, and Charlotte at 74. But a big change in our forecast heading into tomorrow. We'll show you what's causing that coming up in your complete forecast.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you. Right now, firefighters are at the scene of a house fire in Johnston County. Investigators say that home is a total loss. Now, the fire broke out around 5 o'clock this morning on Red Oak Drive. That's near Wilson's Mills. Ali Kadhabar is at that scene in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker this morning. Ali, investigators say it's a struggle to put out that fire. At least it was at one point.
Yes, it was a struggle. They say that it was a cluttered home, which provided a challenge for firefighters here, but we can see there's no more smoke or steam. There's a little bit of steam coming from the house right now, but they did put out those hot spots within the past few hours, and now detectives are investigating. Just within the past 10 minutes, we did see a Heavenly Home Transport Service pull up. That is a mortuary transport service. We're working to get official confirmation from authorities right now. But we do know that firefighters responded to this fire around 5 this morning, and they tackled it for about an hour and a half or so before putting out all of those hot spots. And we are working to confirm or find out if there's any injuries, get official confirmation from authorities, and of course we're going to keep you updated. Reporting live in Johnston County, Ali Kadhabar, WRAL News.
Thanks, Allie. You've been busy this morning because she also was at the scene of where a man was killed after being hit by a car at a Raleigh intersection. That crash happened around 1:30 on Tryon Road and Dillard Drive. Video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker shows a car with a shattered windshield. Police say the driver did stay on the scene and no charges have been filed. We're working to find out the identity of the man who died.
Police in Henderson say a woman is dead after a shooting inside a home. That happened on Dabney Drive around 7:45 last night. Police say the victim is 37-year-old Tiffany Lassiter. 52-year-old Marlon Hebron was taken into the hospital in charge. Police say that it appears the suspect and victim were in a relationship. Hebron is being held at the Vance County Jail without bond.
We're keeping an eye on the skies for you. We're giving a live look at RDU, where we're expecting it to be a quieter day for the holiday travel rush. Right now, we have 2 delays and no cancellations there, so pretty smooth this morning so far.
I mean, the roads pretty smooth as well, though we have seen some rain in some places, including I-40 Airport Boulevard. I mean, we heard from meteorologist Chris Michaels that was a possibility, and yes, to his word, it happened today. But AAA predicts there won't be a lot of traffic on the roads today. That's expected to change tomorrow. They say that Friday could be the busiest day on the roads for the entire holiday season.
And if you are hopping in the car, the cost of gas is down from what it was last Christmas. Today, the average price for a gallon of gas in Raleigh is $2.77. If you're traveling to Greensboro, it'll be $2.74. And in Charlotte, you'll pay $2.61.
Folks, you can count on WRAL to help you navigate holiday travel this week and into the new year. Track your flight disruptions, your traffic and weather conditions, all with the WRAL News app. It's free to download.
A Johnston County family is out of their home for Christmas after this large fire here. You can see the size of that scene from our Sky 5 video and the damage to the home on Elevation Road near Benson. That fire broke out before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Family members tell us 2 people were inside the home at the time, but thankfully no one was hurt. Several fire departments had to respond in order to put out that fire.
2 men accused of shooting at each other inside a Walmart in Wilson are now charged with attempted first-degree murder. 19-year-old Ashton Pittman and 30-year-old Jordan Battle are both.
8:44 and a Merry Christmas to you. Starting Christmas morning out pretty wet in areas like Lewisburg. We're starting to get rid of the rain showers in parts of Wake County. It's right on the Johnston and Franklin County line. Most of the rain that we see between now and 11 a.m. is going to be focused in parts of Granville, Vance, Franklin, Nash, Wilson, Edgecombe, Halifax, and Northampton counties. It's tough enough to say that once. Anyway, scattered showers mostly north and east of the triangle up until 11 a.m. And that's why it'll take temperatures a little bit of time to climb. As we head into the afternoon, however, we'll see temperatures well into the 60s. Meanwhile, if you have plans to travel back up north, be checking back in with us tomorrow because there's a winter storm watch in effect for tomorrow and Saturday in Pennsylvania, Jersey, and New York, including Long Island. Now, we don't see any winter weather, but we do see a big cool down. I'll show you what's causing that between now and tomorrow, coming up in a few.
All right, we'll see you in just a little bit, Chris. We do want to give it that breaking news that we've been following this morning. In the past 10 minutes, the fire marshal confirmed 2 people died in a fire in Johnston County. Just tragic to hear that this morning. Allie, she joins us live right now and the WRAL breaking news tracker. I mean, you told them that the victims, they were a father and son.
Yeah, very tragic story on this Christmas morning. The father was 74 and the son was 53. He says that both had some handicaps, so that possibly made it harder for them to escape the fire. We do know that the stepmom was in there as well, and she was able to make it out okay. We do know that the Red Cross is also helping the stepmom with assistance. And right now they, of course, are still investigating the cause of the fire, but the fire marshal says it appears to be accidental. He also adds that that these departments depend on volunteers and that they left their families during Christmas. And so, of course, these volunteers out here tackling this fire for several hours, fighting some challenges because he says it was cluttered inside as well. So a very tragic story on this Christmas morning. Of course, we're going to be following up with updates throughout the day. Reporting live in Johnston County, Allie Cadlabar, WRAL News.
Not the update we wanted to hear there. Down in Holly Springs, they're looking beyond the busy holiday shopping season. The town is rolling out new projects aimed at boosting its main street. They include a study for more on-street parking, more walkable housing units, and designs for a festival street. Local business owners say the improvements can't come soon enough as the southern Wake County town continues to grow.
It helps to attract more businesses to the area. It helps to attract more residents that want to move here. It's not growth for the sake of growth. It's a little more measured and a little more deliberate that we're trying to build a tighter community through all that growth.
At a recent town council workshop, staff said there were 600 new businesses registered in Holly Springs last year.
Another local hospital system is increasing visitation restrictions, and that's because so many people are getting sick. Starting tomorrow, Cape Fear Valley Health is not allowing children under the age of 12 to visit patients. There will also be limitations on visitors in the waiting room for the emergency department. The patient has to be at least 65 or have a cognitive disability. People also need to wear masks in the waiting room.
From refunds to clearing a driving record to getting a family who was displaced by Hurricane Helene into a brand new home. It's been a busy year for 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur. Here's a look at some of her biggest solves of the year.
There it is. When the state told a North Carolina mom her license was being suspended for a speeding ticket in Maryland, a state she hadn't visited in decades, no one could explain the mistake. After 97 phone calls and even hiring an attorney, it wasn't until 5 on Your Side stepped in that the DMV finally reviewed her case, admitted the error, and cleared her record. A week after our inquiry, Stephanie Layton's license was fully restored, proof that when the system fails, we make it right.
After I heard from you, it was the first time anybody actually moved on anything.
Insurance coverage. 5 months after Hurricane Helene, the Tatums were still fighting a denied insurance claim when 5 on Your Side told their story.
How much did insurance cover for this?
What's 0 and 0 equals what? 0?
It's just been so much
peaked on us.
That report reached Samaritan's Purse CEO Franklin Graham, whose organization then sent volunteers from across the country to build the couple
a brand new, gorgeous home.
It was a powerful example of how our reporting drives action and restores some hope.
Put a little light on this one family.
When I first met you, you were holding a folder of all the paperwork, the denied claims. What are you holding today?
Paid in full. All that paperwork is trash can.
And I just think it's just unfair.
And finally, when Mike Robinson was hit with more than $1,000 in charges for rental car damage he didn't cause, 5 on Your Side investigated, uncovering dozens of nearly identical complaints and a past class action settlement against the company. After we pressed that company sixth for proof and questioned their practices, the company closed the claim and stopped the collections threats. Robinson writing, "Thanks for exposing the issue to the public and allowing a burden to be lifted off my shoulders. Hashtag 5 on Your Side." I am excited to see who we end up helping next year. Keely Arthur, 5 on Your Side.
All right, it's time for What's Trending as Celine Dion channels her inner Grinch for the holiday video that she made on Instagram.
All by myself, I want to be all by myself. The nerve of those who's inviting me.
Yeah, that's not the Grinch. That's Celine Dion. Honestly, I'm curious to know how she was able to do that with her voice. She posted this video to Instagram last night, putting her spin on a scene from Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. She captioned the video, "Silent Night, not on my watch."
Yeah, absolutely love this video, and I'm sure a lot of other people did too. Well, authorities are urging people in San Bernardino County, California, to stay in their homes because of severe flooding. What you're seeing is video of surging water flooding a road there. Another storm system is expected to drop more heavy rainfall there today. I just, like, with all the fires and all this, I feel so bad for California.
It's one thing after another, it seems like, on that coast over there. Here on our side of the country, Chris Michaels is also tracking some rain. Obviously, nothing like what they're seeing over there. And actually, we are going to be rewarded with some sunshine in a little bit.
You know, starting to see that behind you guys as you look over the Wake and Johnston County line. This is Pittsboro right now. So if you're one of the spots dealing with rain, don't get too bummed out because this is in your future. You see some of those scattered showers that are now going to be mainly north and east of the triangle up until about 11 o'clock this morning, but we'll zoom into where they are, where they're headed. So it's really going to be one of those things where Granville, Vance, Franklin, Warren, Nash, Edgecombe, Wilson, Halifax, and Northampton counties deal with most of the rain up until 11 a.m., whereas farther to the southwest, you'll be drier and you'll be warming more quickly. Futurecast is doing a pretty good job of handling where exactly this rain is going to be, and you see that there will be some heavy pockets up until about 11 a.m. By 11 a.m., we're in the upper 50s in the Sandhills already. That kind of warmth starts to extend farther to the north, so that as we head deeper into the afternoon, this is 2 p.m., most of us between 64 and 68 degrees, and high temperatures today will make a jump into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Even heading into the evening, it's not like you're going to need a thick jacket out there. There might be a stray shower coming in from north to south, but it'll be nice and mild in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Big change in our weather tomorrow. This front is going to be off to our south, so we'll be on the cool side of things, and temperatures will fall throughout the day. Then by Saturday, we'll be on the southern end of the front, so temperatures go back up, 65 to 70 degrees. Mild on Sunday, warm on Monday with a few isolated showers, and then some colder air comes in on the backside of that storm. We'll be in the 20s first thing Tuesday morning, and then by New Year's Eve, the winter feel likely continues for us. So your next 7 days looking like this. Today, one of the warmest of the next 7. Christmas Day, this could be one of the warmest Christmases on record. There you see that temperature wobble into the weekend, and we're in the 20s. By New Year's Eve morning, and New Year's Day will be cold as well.